Hi guys, Jake Wilson here, and today I'm bringing you a quick lesson, a kind of appeal, if you like, to break out of the 3-note per string thing and start practicing your 2-note per string scales. So obviously pentatonic scales are 2 notes per string, but that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about your diatonic major scale, or minor, or melodic minor, or any 7-note scale for that matter. Why would you want to do this? Well, first off, there's obviously nothing wrong with any kind of scale work that you do. It's really important that you have all of your 3-note per string stuff down, all of your cage stuff down. Just try to get as much stuff ready as possible. So, okay, we've got our 3-note per string stuff down. Now, that's all well and good, but obviously that's just keeping you in one position. Now, a lot of people have, to be fair, experimented with 4 notes per strings, which goes this way. Now, 2 notes per string obviously goes in this direction. And what I find really interesting about this is that it definitely unlocks a new way of seeing the fretboard. It does appear as though that when we visualize the fretboard, we tend to stick within whatever we've worked most on. And we can sometimes lose perspective, if you like, on how the sinews of the fretboard can connect. So the way in which that note's the same as that note, that note's the same as this note, and so on and so on. So this is a really good way of opening up the fretboard a little bit more, and it gives us a kind of framework, if you like, for lines that run in that direction, and kind of gets us out of this positional type playing that a lot of people, I think, can suffer from. Of course, when you get out of that positional type playing, it gives us lots of rhythmic grouping possibilities that were not necessarily there or demanded too much string crossing before when it was all in one position. So that's why I think it's really important to at least work on ways in which we can break out of these systems that are all positional. So here's the C major scale played using 2 notes per string. Of course, there's nothing stopping you going through the modes. And so on and so on and so on. Hopefully you get the idea by now. What this really unlocks for me is this idea of the what Mick Goodrick calls the fretboard as a kind of ice skating rink. And I really think that these things help us break out of just bog standard positional kind of material. And remember, each string sounds different, so it allows for more textural opportunity, and the more you explore all the different directions that you can play in, and the more that you can map pitch space to the fretboard, the more you're going to be able to exploit that sort of potential for expression, differences in texture, differences in the way that the rhythm falls under the fingers. It's amazing for legato. You should see how many times someone like Tom Quayle will do those kinds of position shifting moves. It's just something that everybody should do, really, I think. So if we're improvising, we're playing a lick, and we're trying to incorporate some position changes in this direction, practicing our 2 note per string sort of scales can really help us achieve those kinds of things. Or something like that. So if you're feeling really adventurous, you could also explore 1 note per string scales. So for example, the A major scale, obviously you need to start quite high up here, would go like this. And that's as far as we can get, obviously. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. As always, please like and subscribe. And in the description, you'll find a link to all my JTC products where I go into detail on this kind of thing. So thanks again, and hopefully see you next time. Cheers.